We have, oh, okay. Almost currently in Japan, but he's from Michigan. Okay. I had a moment of like, wait, he's coming from from Japan. Okay, well, hi everybody and good evening. Thank you all so much for joining this call and also for reaching out to apply to be a volunteer at Camp HEAL. Um, we brought you all in today so that we could do an introduction to HEAL Palestine and to Camp HEAL, just to give you a little bit of a sense of what this organization is about, who are these children that we all serve and that you have all chosen to volunteer to serve as well, and also to talk a little bit about what the camp looks like and what the week looks like, what we're going to ask of you, what we're going to ask of each other. We're going to do a quick round of introductions on the HEAL staff side, and then we will turn it over to our team to go through a brief slideshow, and we should hopefully have a good amount of time for questions. This should not exceed an hour in all. So thank you guys for giving us your time now and in the next couple weeks. I'll give it a start. My name is Zina Salman. I'm one of the co-founders of Heal Palestine, along with Steve Sosby, who's on this call, and our other two co-founders, Shireen Karu, who is not on this call because she is in Ramallah in the West Bank, and Tanya Nasser. We have with us today from the staff side, I'm just going to go in order that I can see here, Steve, who is the executive director of HEAL. We have Janine, our administrative assistant. We have Diana Naoum, our community coordinator, and Sabrina Sheikh, who is our global healing patient coordinator. And we have Leah Love, who is our camp coordinator, and has probably been a point of contact for most of you already. So probably many of you are already very familiar with Leah. Um, so with that, I am going to go ahead and turn it over to Steve to give a brief intro, and then we'll get started with some of the content. Thank you guys so much for joining.
Thank you, Zena. Oh, hold on. We have to figure out we're sitting next to each other. You noticed that she said brief intro and she put that in bold. So I'll try to make this as brief as possible. Um, this idea came to us as an organization because we're all deeply frustrated and I think, angry and sad and depressed about what's been going on in Gaza. Obviously, it's affecting the entire community in ways that are very, significant, very profound. And we as a community really want to do all we can to kind of bring some semblance of childhood back to the kids. We have so many kids here from Gaza who are being treated through Heal Palestine. And we decided, what are some of the things we can do to make their lives better while they're here undergoing this, traumatic process of getting medical care, being away from their families, and so on. So the camp came to us as an idea, and it's a great way for us to hopefully help them heal and also to help us heal. So that's really the main focus of what we're trying to accomplish. That's what the idea came from. And we're very honored and appreciate all you guys stepping up to be volunteers in the camp. We look forward to working with each of you and to making this week a great success. So thank you guys for joining the call.
Thank you, Steve. We are going to turn it over to Janine now, who's going to talk to us a little bit about Heal Palestine as an organization and what the global healing program that we're serving is. While she talks, I'm going to ask you guys, can you all react? I want you to do a hands up if you have heard of Heal Palestine before this camp application came out. And while you guys are doing that, or a heart or a thumbs up. Okay, we have two people who follow instructions. We'll take any reaction. I love it. Awesome. So probably about half the people that are here. Okay, great. Well, to those of you who've been a part of HEAL already, who know HEAL, ahlan wa sahlan, welcome back. And those of you who are new, welcome to HEAL Palestine. We hope that you'll be with us for a long time after this. Janine, I'll turn it over to you. She's going to tell you all about it.
Thank you so much, Zena. So, for those who aren't familiar with Heal Palestine, we're a 501c3 non-governmental nonprofit organization dedicated to providing life-changing services to those all in Palestine. We operate based on 4 pillars: health, education, aid, and leadership, hence HEAL. And one of our programs in our health pillar is our global healing program, which the children that will be participating in the camp are part of this program. Oops, sorry. The purpose of this camp, as Steve had mentioned, is to provide like a safe space for the global healing children and their family members to enjoy themselves and celebrate the Eid holiday. It's important for them to build memories and kind of meet each other. A lot of our kids are scattered throughout the US and they haven't had a chance to kind of interact with each other. So this will be a great opportunity for them to celebrate Eid and kind of bring our HEAL family together all in one place. I'm gonna pass it along to Sabrine, our patient coordinator, who can tell us a little bit more about the children in the program and who will be at the camp. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Janine. Hi, everyone. This is Sabrine. As Janine and Zina mentioned, I'm the patient coordinator here at HEAL Palestine. I'm working closely with the kids, either when they're in the US or before coming. So now we have a total of 33 kids receiving treatment in the US, aged between 1 and 21 years old. Boys and girls, they're here with their companions, either the mom, the aunt, or the grandmother with them. I don't want to go deeply in terms of like what types of injuries every kid secured, but in general, all of these kids and their families secured a lot of injuries, and they've been through a lot of challenges, either in Gaza or after being evacuated in Egypt. So as you're gonna meet all of these kids, you're gonna see some of them, they're like amputees, like they secured either single or double amputation, eye loss, burns, or like any limb amputation. So these kids are like, although they've been through very like great challenges in any country, but they have a very strong spirit and they are willing to meet and to change and to live the childhood that they have been deprived of for a very long time. So they're very excited to be in the camp and to get to know each one of you. And I believe that your presence with the kids will help them at least navigate the two worlds that they are in right now, either in the US or with their families back in Gaza or with their families back in Egypt. So I look forward to meeting everyone, inshallah, soon in the camp and to be working together with the kids. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Janine and Sabrine. And with that, we're going to turn it over to Leah, who's going to walk through a lot of what the camp is about and what to expect.
All right. Hi, everyone. Seeing you guys again. Very, very nice. So just an overview, a little bit more. I know many of us talked about this on our interview calls, but just revisiting the idea of what a camp, a therapeutic respite program is. Uh, this particular program that we're, trying to put together here and doing a phenomenal job by meeting all of you, is a therapeutic respite. So when we talk about therapeutic programs, that means that we're not doing therapy during the program. We're not going to be doing heavy work. We're not going to be doing, counseling sessions. We're not going to be doing medical treatments. We're going to be doing a break from that. What makes it therapeutic is that it is very carefully designed, and it's carefully designed by people that have skills and knowledge and a lot of experience around working with people that have the same exact types of challenges and needs that our young people have here. And it is a family program, so we have kids as young as 2 years old. We have adults that are, over 50 years old. There is a wide range of individuals and needs that we're serving. The main point of this is to create a safe, nurturing, and especially accessible environment. That is our primary goal in the moment of running camp. And for you guys, that means letting the kids be kids first, right? So we're here to facilitate, we're here to support, we're here to encourage participation, but we're letting the kids be together with each other primarily, and that's the goal, is to have them have those peer experiences, peer relationships, and have us in the background as the supports and the scaffolds. I describe it in some ways as, this is a very special vacation spot. Imagine if you were going on vacation and then, you arrive there and everything was completely ready for you. We would be the workers, we would be the ones that are making the activities happen and that are doing the check-ins, and they would be the guests, right? So it should be their experience. They are the guests to us. We're also providing a sanctuary and we're providing a program for adults, so caretakers. And the very first thing that we need to do in order to make sure that our mothers, our aunts, our grandmothers, our older participants in the program are able to have a positive experience is to make sure that we're providing excellent childcare for their kids. So those of you that are counselors working with younger kids, just providing great support by really taking very good care of the kids, making sure that we have activities for the kids and that they're engaged so that moms, not every 2 seconds having to intervene or, so that they can do their own thing. Um, in this light, when we're at camp, we are focused on like the here and now. So we can talk about, you know, uh, what do you like today? What's your favorite food today? What's an activity that you want to do? What's something that you've enjoyed at the camp? Who do anything that's kind of staying in the moment. So we're not talking a lot about the future. We're also not talking about the past, right? So we're not asking intrusive questions. We're not expecting our kids to tell their life stories to us. We're really just focusing on who's here and present right now and not really asking about who isn't present or what isn't, what has gone on to get to this point. If our kids or our parents decide to share those things with you or share those things with us, that's fine. That's wonderful. But we're not asking for that information. We're not leading that charge. And yeah, it's just an opportunity for them to not have to do some of the extremely heavy work that they have been doing all of the time that has been leading up to this for sure. Next. Just a little bit more about the exact location. Didn't necessarily discuss this during the interviews, but the camp location will be in the Mohican State Forest. It is at a camp that's called Camp New Hop, which is also a program for people with additional needs. They have two facilities. Um, you guys will see the location for that. We'll be going there. But obviously, for now, and in the time coming up to camp and during the camp, we are asking you to maintain the privacy of the organization, of the campers, of yourselves, for safety reasons, to make sure that this is something that is available to our kids without any additional challenges or issues. We're not going to be talking about the program on social media and where it's at in these type of ways because we want to preserve the sanctity of that, until it concludes. So for now, this information that we are sharing about this program, pretty much all of it, but definitely things like the specific locations and things like that, we're going to keep within the volunteer organization meetings. Everyone will be staying in lodge style residences. There's bunk beds. It's a pretty stereotypical camp, honestly. There's electricity and running water. It's not like a rustic camp. You're not going to be sleeping in the woods. Although I know one young person wants to do that. But this is a lodge facility more so than a tent camp. There's lots of outdoor spaces. There's pond. There's sports fields. There's a rope. There's a giant swing. There's campfire areas, nature areas, and also very large indoor spaces like a massive dining hall and an outdoor education building with 2 layers. Um, just for you guys, your logistical structure, and you've received a lot of information from Janine, myself, from the organization. We're asking that everyone is coming to Columbus, Ohio, by midday on the 7th. I know some of you that's going to have to be a little bit flexible, but really that's our goal is to get everybody there to do a very important afternoon of face-to-face meetings with you guys, building the community and sort of building up what we need as far as energy before the next day, on which the campers will arrive. So the campers will arrive with their families on the 8th, on Sunday, to Columbus. And with that, we will be facilitating buses that take everyone to camp. Um, Sunday, it's just set up. It's just getting welcome dinner, a little bit of evening program, just sort of introducing the camp. But then the next day, from Monday to Friday, you guys will be getting up early and staying up late. It is pretty intensive, running a special event that lasts for 6 days long. And yeah, it's just going to be a lot of, getting out there every day, doing the programming. On Friday, we will have a sort of a special event to close the week with a barbecue and, carnival games and things like that. And then on Saturday, we'll do breakfast and we'll be taking everybody back to the airport via that same charter bus system. All right, next. Next. I think I lost your name there. Just for you know, you probably have already Googled it, but just for reference, here is Columbus, Ohio, on the map, and there we are, northeast. And the Mohican State Forest is a beautiful location, lots of accessible pathways, lots of things to do within the state park. We are on a lake that is part of the park that will have additional activities for us should we choose to access them. So there's really a ton of beautiful nature that is surrounding us. All right, next. Here we have some of the spaces that you guys are going to be enjoying and using. We have the classrooms that are in the outdoor education building. These will have, you know, space for those of you who are program leaders, where you'll be doing arts activities, science activities, group classes with the adults. Those are going to all happen in this space. We also have an outdoor pavilion, so we can certainly do outdoor activities. You know, obviously that's a nice sometimes just to be out of doors doing things together. Below, you're going to see one of the interior bunking areas. Each wing on the lodge does sleep about 35 people in this type of setting where you have kind of two different sections. And I know many of us, being adults, probably haven't slept on a twin bunk bed in a long time, but I assure you they are not that uncomfortable. Yes. On to the next. Outdoor spaces. The facility has an amphitheater. We're going to use that a lot for meetings and for campfires, maybe movie night. We have the pond area. The picture is clearly from winter because I guess, you know, this is a year-round facility. But that is a pond area that has boating and swimming. You kind of see the canoes back there sitting on their racks. And playing fields, the Gaga pits. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Gaga, but it's a very accessible sort of modern version of dodgeball. And we have a separate facility for the medical area, medical team, sort of dorms. We do have some staff on there that obviously are, you know, in that space. You see the laundry machines in there, so that's some of more of your technical space. Next. Just a little overview of the different roles that we have in camp. These would be the roles that you would see in pretty much any camp, and the same would be for HEAL. So some of you are counselors, which means that you'll be assigned to working with young children, up to teenagers. Our kids are, like I said, as young as 2 and as old as 21. So we have kids that are going to be in very different age groups, mixed gender groups that are, you know, 0 to 5, 6 to 11, and gendered groups that are going to be anywhere from, you know, 12 up to 21. And they will be broken down. You will be assigned to a specific group of kids, a specific family or families, and you'll be doing everything there is at camp. You'll take your kids in the morning, you'll be doing activities all day long. So we hope you like getting a taste of everything there is to offer at camp, because you will be right there alongside the kids doing all of the activities with them. And I can tell you right now, the tone of the counselors and how much they participate and enjoy the activities basically is the tone that it sets for the kids. You know, if you're enjoying it, they're more likely to be enjoying it. At the same time, like I said, you know, it's for them. So you're might be the one that's saying like, I have a kid over here that's not participating, and trying to navigate that and figure out why. You might have to go over to the program leader and say, oh, you know, uh, my camper isn't wanting to join in. Is there something that we could do to, you know, encourage him? I know he likes this. I know he might do that. Or, oh, this is going to be tough for her. Could we do this another way? You're really their advocates. I mean, you really, you know, are the ones that are helping them to make sure that they get everything that they need. The activity leaders, a number of you in here are some of the activity leaders, which means, you know, implementing programs, using the framework that we give you for your program, developing programs for all the different age groups we have. That's really important. You know, if you're teaching art or if you're doing activities, you're going to need to consider that you'll have some groups that are very, very young. You'll have some groups that are adults. So really coming up with different ideas of how you can do your specific thing, and have it be engaging for those different groups. And obviously, Heal will have supplies and things like that, and then sort of giving those ideas to you to then come back to us with how you might use them. And certainly there's plenty of guidance when there if that's needed. But I know most of you are very, very experienced and have lots of wonderful ideas. We have a medical team. The medical team at camp, really, that is their full-time role. They have to respond to emergent needs, people that somebody fell or somebody has a stomach ache or, somebody needs assistance with something. And managing medication, making sure that all of the medication and the treatment equipment is kept, in a certain place and is given out appropriately. Uh, but also, medical team being out and being able to be part of camp, being at the meal times, being part, and having that be something that our kids see, where they see these medical professionals out doing stuff, being part of their activities and communities. Um, and then all camps and all businesses and all company, everything, everywhere on earth, you have to have support, right? We have to have cleanup. We have to have kitchen. We have to have admin. So the support teams are the people who, make the logistics of the program work. The office staff, I mean, without Janine, we cannot have anything really, because this, that admin role is what makes us all come here tonight. So that the camp has those roles as well, just like any other place. Next. Some of the activities that you would expect to participate in: swimming, waterfront. There is a pond. We also have like the nearby lake. Uh, canoes, fishing. You'll be getting in the water. Um, Bring those bathing suits for sure, right? Athletics, modified athletics, a lot of it. We have some, specialized activities planned, track and field and things like that. Many of our kids very much like some team sports, soccer, football, things like that. Visual arts, performing arts, science classes and activities. Like I said, across the age groups, do something for young children, might be very different than something you do with the adults. Personal development, that's a lot of the classes for the older participants, the teenagers, moms, things like cooking classes or doing activities that are just to relax, or like a spa thing. These are things that are also included here. And then, of course, outdoor education. I mean, it's a huge facility. We've got nature fields, we've got ropes course, we've got, the various pathways and hiking trails that we can use, many of which are accessible, many of which we're going to be able to take advantage of with our group. So you'll definitely need to bring those hiking shoes, those things that you're going to be outside a lot, and maybe, poncho, raincoat, just prepare to be outside a number of days. Some special events program here in Ohio, called the Adaptive Sports Program. They're going to come out and do some specialized activities: horseback riding. We found, a local place that can do some of that. Pontoon boats. There's, lots of different things. And then, of course, our carnival. So you guys will have plenty to do during the week with your kids, and engage them with, and we hope to keep everyone very, very busy. Next. These are just some of the many things that you will see at this camp. Some of the things in which I did not mention even. We have prayer times for prayer spaces and services, meal times with family style meals that are Palestinian menu. Just many different things. Yeah. All right. I think I'm going to turn it back over to Zena or Janine, I believe, as to what we need from our participants here. Many of them have already started working on, but there's still more to go.
Thank you so much, Leah. Thanks for giving that great background on the camp. So this is a little bit of housekeeping for everyone. We just wanted to let you know because we are sort of in crunch time mode right now. Some of the things that we're going to be asking you all to fill out and send back to us in the next couple of weeks ahead of the camp. So first bullet there is pre-camp preparation. And tomorrow you will all be receiving in your email inboxes a couple of different forms that we're going to ask you to fill out. The first one is the healthcare form, and that's essentially two parts. The first one being just a health history that we're going to ask you to fill out yourselves about any medications you take, any health issues that should keep in mind. We will have a medical team on campsite. We are hoping to not have to use anybody from our medical team, but it's good to know in advance everything that we may have to face if necessary. The second part of the healthcare form is the part that goes to your doctor. You don't have to have a doctor's appointment. You just need to send that in, and they'll fill it out based on the last physical you had and basically say that you're, healthy and okay to go to camp. We're going to send a consent and waiver form. That's going to come to you in the form of a DocuSign. So just keep an eye out for a separate DocuSign email. You should get that tomorrow. So if you haven't seen it Saturday, then just check your spam, your junk. And we're also going to be sending you a volunteer handbook and some other orientation materials. Please review those carefully ahead of the camp. We will be training on them at the Saturday training, the day that you arrive to Columbus, at the airport hotel that we'll all be staying at. However, we do ask that everybody's reviewed those in advance, signed off that they've read them. And then finally, a packing list. Most of you have had some camp experience in your life, and so you probably know what to take and what not to take to camp. This, I think, is a bit helpful just to refresh your memory on that, and also for you to have a sense of some of the things that we are going to have prepared as Camp HEAL for you, versus the things that we want to ask you to bring in with you. So any questions on that, feel free to reach out to any of us and email us. Second part here is the camp schedule. So Leah touched on this earlier, but really briefly, we're asking you guys to show up on Saturday. The camp does start on Sunday, but we're asking all of our volunteer counselors, medical team, activity leads to show up on Saturday by noon to the airport so that we're all settled in at the hotel around 1 o'clock or so. We're going to get started with a few hours of training, and we'll also have dinner for you there that evening. So please try to come by that time. If for some reason, we have some West Coasters who might need to come in Friday night to be able to make it on time, or people who, for whatever reason, can't make it by Saturday morning, just send us a message so that we kind of have a sense of when everybody's coming. And on that same thread, we just ask you all to email your itineraries over to us just so we know when everybody's going to be showing up. All of those things, those documents, those forms, and your email itinerary, we ask you to get those to us by next Friday, so a week from tomorrow, please. So what to expect from HEAL? As we mentioned, once you guys get yourselves to Columbus, we plan to take care of everything else. So you're going to have your sleep accommodations that first night for the trainings. We're going to have a hotel right at Columbus Airport. So you'll just be able to hop on the shuttle and get over to the hotel. We'll give you all of that information coming up soon. And we will have rooms, blocks of rooms booked up for everybody. So you'll have a place to stay for that night. The next morning, we'll be headed out to camp where we, as you guys saw, the pictures of the cabins, we'll all be staying in camp cabins and bunk beds for the remainder of the time. And we'll be headed out on that Saturday morning, which is the 14th, if I'm not mistaken. We expect to leave late morning, so we ask you all to try to book your flights after 2 p.m. to just make sure that we can get everybody to the airport with plenty of time. Again, if if your flights are funny, you're at a weird airport, you need a different time, just let us know. That way we can account for it. If a group of people needed to leave earlier on Saturday, we could sort of book something for everybody to head out together. Or if for some reason you couldn't head out that afternoon, just let us know. We want to be able to take all those things into account. We will have all meals available for you. You'll be coming in basically after lunch on Saturday. So from dinner on Saturday evening all the way through lunch on the following Saturday, all meals, snacks, all of that will be taken care of. So you don't have to worry about food at all. Transportation, like we said, you get to the airport, we'll get you to the hotel, we'll get you on Sunday to the camp, and then that following Saturday, we'll get you back to the Columbus airport. So all of that will be taken care of, and you'll be getting those details in the coming days ahead of the camp. And then, like we said, that packing list does include some of the things that we'll have so that you don't, so we can kind of minimize the things that you have to bring with you to camp. So I think that's pretty much it for the things that we'll be asking of you. You will see all of this in your email tomorrow. Please keep an eye out and try to spend some time over the weekend taking care of it if possible. With that, we are going to ask one more thing of you. That's not a form. It's not a document. It's not an itinerary. And that's really thinking about the conduct. We know that you're all, college age plus. And so, you know, we don't feel like necessarily we'd have to normally be talking about conduct. However, we do think this is such a special and unique environment that we're in. We are dealing with kids who are traumatized, kids who've been through more than any of us could ever imagine. And so we do want to just spend a moment now and then over the next couple of weeks talking about the things that we need to keep in mind as we interact with our global healing kids. With that, I am going to turn it over to Sabrine, who interacts with these kids the most, to talk a little bit about this.
Thank you, Zena. Hi again, everyone. So before just mentioning these 2 points, I know that you might be a little bit concerned in how to approach the kids and how to deal with them. Believe me, it's going to be easier than ever. But in general, to make it easy for the kids and for you as a counselor and the volunteer in the camp, we just kindly ask you to like just follow 2 things. First one is that just be mindful of how you deal with the kids in general and how you approach them. And then you're just entrusted with each kid's safety and dignity. What we mean by that is that, you know, many of them have faced like immense challenges. And they are currently going through a lot of like difficult times. So your presence in this camp will just provide them with stability, trust, and reassurance. And by saying that, you have just to approach these kids and to treat every interactions gently and carefully. And we just want to make sure that each kid feels seen, heard, and valued in general in the camp. So we just want them to trust the surrounding around them, the nature, the kids around surrounding them, and then the volunteer counselors. The second thing is that lead by example with integrity. And by this, we mean that your actions in general will set the tone for compassionate and respectful environment. How we deal with interactions with these people is that with these kids in general, we just uphold clear boundaries and we prioritize their emotional and physical well-being. And one more important thing here is that confidentiality. You will encounter a lot of kids. Sometimes some of them were going to be like open to share their stories, open to share how they secured the injury, open to tell you what happened back in Gaza or what happened to their family members. Most of them like lost, it's not like, if it's not like a close family member, they lost some of their relatives. So we just appreciate if you just avoid asking these personal questions in general about the kids, whether they have family in Gaza, whether they have family in Egypt. So if they're open to share, we just give them the space. We listen carefully, and we just avoid being judgmental. But we don't approach them with like asking all of these questions. You're gonna know every single like detail that is gonna be helpful for you, how to deal with the kid or the companion or the person that you're dealing with. So don't worry about the information that is necessary for you. We're going to be taking care of this part, but we just try to avoid like opening these personal stories and previous lives and what's next and asking about the future. So we just want to make sure that we all work with the same purpose, which is maintain the privacy, confidentiality of these kids and companions, plus letting them live their childhood. You know that they're here on a break for this week, so they're in like ongoing treatment, but we want to make sure that they just live the childhood, and we wanted them to be unburdened by the end of this camp. Like let's say that one of the kids, they opened up, they wanted to share their story. We just want to make sure that we keep this confidential. We don't share any sensitive information about these kids or the companions. So in general, HEAL team here is going to be available like all the time to help you. If you have any, like if you encountered any problem, any issue with the kid and you didn't know how to deal with that, HEAL team is going to be available to help you. So your presence is going to provide them with warmth, encouragement, and like sense of reassurance. So what we ask you to do is just like kindly be present, listen to them with an open heart, avoid like pressuring them, because here you're here to assist, as we are all here to. So let's work together on helping them rebuild the trust in the world around them. We're gonna just make sure that they have confidentiality, maintain their privacy in a very safe world around them. And I know that you know all of these things, but we just prefer just to mention them in case you encountered any situation with the child or the companion. And again, I look forward to meeting every one of you, inshallah, soon in the camp and working together with the very beautiful kids, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Sabrina. I think you put that all perfectly. I know that there are a few questions. We wanted to open it up to questions, and I'm glad we have a little bit of time. Before we take any of the questions that are in the chat, which there are a couple of, I did want to just see if there were any specifics anybody wanted to touch on with that last slide, with everything Sabrina just said about the conduct. It might be obvious as she says it, but I think it's not necessarily second nature for all of us. We probably want to be a place for these kids to tell their stories, be a chance for people to share, ask questions about what they've seen and lived through. And so I think it is so important for all of that, even if it feels obvious, to be stated very clearly. Privacy is important. We're not saying you can't tell anyone you're coming to this camp. What we're saying is obviously you're going to give your family the address of the camp, but you're not going to tag on a social media post what camp you're at. This is, you guys know, it's a very crazy political time. And so this isn't the kind of place that we want to be broadcasting where we are. People will know that this camp exists, but we're not, publicizing where it exists. We don't want this to be open access to people. We don't want this to be a target in any way. And so I think that's a really important piece. Like, obviously tell your family where you're going, but please don't share the name of the camp with anyone else. Columbus, Ohio is, I think, sufficient for most intents and purposes. So that's a really important piece. Any questions specifically about what Sabrine just touched on? See, Sabrine, you're crystal clear. Should we go through the questions? Good, as it should be. Questions in the chat. What have we got? Are there going to be basic medical supplies? Noha, our nurse, asks that question. Yes, we will be providing all of the medical supplies, and we will be having a call with a medical team to talk through some of these things in advance. I saw, Noha, you also asked a question about whether there are kids with asthma or allergies. Just like we're sending you guys a health form tomorrow, we've sent the families a very detailed survey because in addition to the general health history that you're all used to filling out in the waiting rooms of doctors' offices, for these kids, there's so much more to consider with their trauma, with how they sleep at night, their emotional states, their mobility, what kind of mobility aids they need. So we have very extensive surveys that we've sent out for all of the families to fill out. So we will know if anybody has allergies, asthma, or any other medical conditions that we need to be aware of. And depending on who you're all assigned to, you'll be aware of very specific things for your kids. There's a question about teaching yoga. We have Hiba, who's a yoga teacher. Leah, I'm gonna turn this one over to you.
I would say definitely. We are looking at doing a program that would include, all types of programs. Yoga is one that has been mentioned a number of times as something that many participants would enjoy, and those type of activities are exactly what we're looking for. So, yeah.
Awesome. I'd be happy to have a class there, multiple classes for both children and adults. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And just so you guys understand, there's a structured program that'll be followed, and those of you who are activity leaders, like you will be doing that full time. There's also rest times during the day, especially after lunch. And sometimes during that time, we offer, sort of optional things that anyone can do. So even if you are working, as a full-time counselor, there will be times certainly where you could do other things, like lead something unique during a downtime or during a dinner or something like that. Don't think that won't be an option.
The only follow-up question I have with this is items like yoga mats and blocks and things like that, if that is provided. Otherwise, we can improvise.
Mostly we're gonna probably with that stuff we'll have to improvise. Yeah,
Okay.
they don't keep anything at this facility because it's just a retreat facility, but we can have them do towels, Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
You're welcome
Thank you.
to bring 75 yoga mats with you, Hiba.
In that case, I'll prepare my luggages.
Lily asked, will the kids be staying in the same lodge as their parent, guardian, companion? That's a great question, Lily. So depending on their age, so we do have gender segregated sleeping arrangements. And part of that extensive survey that I had mentioned, because there's so many things to take into consideration for these families, we've really asked specifically. I think we, expect that the older kids should be able to sleep in those sleeping arrangements. Some of the younger kids, we know absolutely won't be able to. We have kids as young as 1 and 2. But kids who are kind of in that intermediate age, 5, 6, 7, 8, we're waiting to hear back from the families about whether they'll be able to and want to sleep, sort of with the other kids in the cabins, or whether they'll want to stay with their mothers. So it's really all of this is very child dependent. We're trying to be as individualized as possible in the specific needs of our kids.
Thank you.
Anything to add there, Leah? Okay.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Can I ask a follow-up real quick?
Yeah.
The follow-up is, are we going to know in advance what age group we'll be working with in the event that we wanted to kind of like prep an activity? Leah, I know I talked to you a bit about possibly some nature therapeutic activities, and just wanted to know the age groups if we can, or
Yes, yeah. So if you are working as a counselor predominantly, then you're certainly going to find out the information of like the specific family or families that you're attached to and working with. And then if you end up in a full-time activity leader role, then you would have to plan activities for all the different age groups. So 0 to 5, 6 to 11, uh, the two, early teenagers, older teenagers, and adults. So you're kind of planning that or diversifying that activity that you're doing across the lifespan, if that makes sense.
Can I ask a question, please?
Of course.
Okay, so Assalamu alaikum. I want to know about the structure of the day. Will there be a reflection session for all the counselor, the volunteers? I think like it is very important, like to reflect on the day and share what went well, what the challenges that the facilitator faced, what can be improved for the next day. Is there a time to do this?
So yeah, you guys have and in your role, which is definitely the activity leader role, you guys will have your own little group for that, where you guys can certainly meet. And there are a lot of break times within your program where you could have that. Also, every morning and every evening, there is sort of a camp-wide come at lunch is also a time where we see that we have a lot of time where we're going to be doing announcements and having these conversations where everyone on camp is going to be in the same space at the same time. So, a lot of time for sort of you guys collectively to sort of sit together and work on what you're doing, as well as get feedback and do stuff for all of camp. Absolutely.
Thank you, thank you.
Of course.
Well, Amna had asked about whether it was needed for her to bring a family with her to St. Louis. So, and Leah, I'll turn it over to you to add anything, but we had initially thought that it would be really nice to have people fly with the families, but because we're doing the training session a day in advance, it's going to be a little bit tricky to be able to do that. So, I think we're asking all of our volunteers to just go ahead and book their flights for that Saturday to arrive by noon. Leah, did you have anything you want to add there? I guess not. You're muted.
No, I said I was shaking my head. No.
Ah,
No.
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was trying to not interrupt.
I see some hands up. Is it Alicia or Alicia?
Alicia. Hi guys, good evening. Really, really excited to be here and to be a part of this amazing opportunity. And I want to thank Leah for allowing me to do so, and obviously to Steve and to
always
you,
gets to
Tina, for all of this. This is absolutely wonderful. So I'm really excited. But just to kind of piggyback on what you were saying about flying, coming in, my flight lands really early on Saturday morning. I think it's like at 6 in the morning, and so I get into Ohio at about 8:30, I believe. And so I was wondering, do I have to just hang out there until about 12, or is there a possibility to go to the hotel that early? Is that something that's possible? Do you know, or you guys can always let me know too.
I'm sure we can arrange for like an earlier check-in for you or something like that so that you could get
Okay.
it. Do you mind
Yeah,
just putting it in the email so it doesn't get lost?
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
problem.
and there is like a it is, it is like a shared area in there as well, and we've rented the conference room. I'm sure that's going to be fine. There's might be other people that are already there from the night before, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
You're just going to get in early on the chats. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Karam, you have your hand up? Or is that from before, possibly? Okay. Yasmin asked in the chat if this is going to be shared. Absolutely. So we have the recording that we're going to share internally, as well as we can send out the slideshow. I mean, either way, the slideshow will be in the Zoom recording too. But we're happy to send this out tomorrow, along with all the other materials, so you can have that for reference. And then, like as we mentioned before, we have a volunteer handbook that we're going to be sending out, so we'll have all this information and much more. So you'll have access to everything. I'm asked if we'll be sharing hotel rooms. Yes, all of the rooms are going to be double bed, so we will gender segregate and have you guys share rooms on that Saturday night because there are going to be like 50 people in that hotel. Thank you for asking that. And then you'll be sharing rooms with many more people after that Saturday night.
All right, one last question from me. It's Hiba again. When will we know exactly what our assigned roles are, like camp counselors or maybe lifeguard or something like that for water activities or etc.?
Are you a trained lifeguard, or was that just like a random example?
Definitely not trained, just asking.
Okay.
I was like, did we miss this somehow? Yeah, no. I mean, so most of you are assigned as counselors, but we're having a meeting tomorrow about grouping the kids, and really at that time, after we group the kids, we're going to have a very direct setup of like counselors and activity leaders, and we're also going to have a meeting. Our second orientation meeting here is going to be going through a lot of specific, more about the children and the program and how it relates. So definitely before that, then you guys will come in. I mean, hopefully by then we can also sort of share what your specific assignments are, just to give you a better sense of that. If you're a counselor, you want to know kind of, I'm going to have kids that are 5, or I'm gonna have kids that are 15. It's kind of set your mind in a different place as you prepare for this. So
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, it looks like that's all of the questions. Leah, did you want to have people do a quick one-liner about themselves? Like you did before?
It's up to you guys. This one did not wrap up quite as quickly. We do have 10 minutes, but it has to be just like, if we want to get off at 9:30, just quick and yeah, it'd be very nice. I thought that was really nice. I thought that was really nice. Yeah.
Okay, we have rapid fire 30-second or less intros.
It starts with Alicia. Unmute yourselves, everyone.
Put me on the spot, Leah.
No problem.
So, I'm Alicia Dabdoob. I am 37 years old. I was born in Jamaica, but I'm actually half Palestinian and half Chinese, Portuguese, Indian. But my Palestinian side is something that's very, very dear to me, and I've just been waiting a really long time to have an opportunity, and I'm just, like I said, very grateful to be here. So thank you so much for having me.
Hiba.
Hello, it's Hiba again.
Yeah.
Palestinian, born and raised
Oh dear, she's cutting out, I
area,
think.
visiting some friends this weekend. I am super excited to be joining this camp with you all. I have a lot of experience working with children. I speak Arabic, and I love giving back. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. And then Ido.
Hello, it's Ido.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Ido.
Yeah. I live in Montreal. I'm 21. I go to McGill University. I've done summer camps and works with children before, and I'm really excited about this opportunity to to help out.
Thank you. Tasmina. I think Tasmina's next. Tasmina. Tasni. When your name is all one together, it's very hard for me to read.
I don't know why my first name and
Tasmin.
last name
They,
attached in here.
when the names are together,
Tasneem,
unfortunately, my brain
Tasneem is
can't.
my first. No worries.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
So, my name is Tasneem, and yes, I'm Palestinian, born in Kuwait, raised between Jordan and UAE, but I'm currently in the US, specifically in Kent. I'm doing my PhD in translation studies, and I'm really excited to meet everyone. So, thank you for this opportunity.
Nice. Nice. Stephanie.
Yes, I'm Stephanie. I've been married to a Palestinian for 40 years. I have done many trips overseas. I'm very, very excited and very honored to be a part of this camp. I have visited, like I said, many parts of the Middle East. We have 3 grown children. My oldest son is also participating in the camp. And I've worked with children for many, many years. I currently work for a foster care agency, and I am in Newark, Ohio, which is just about 40 minutes from Columbus. So I'm pretty close, and I'm very excited. Thank you.
Are you
Yes, early.
Ethan's mother?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We just got to meet him earlier today. It's a family affair for you guys.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Great.
And next is Nada.
Hello everyone, my name is Nada. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. I then moved and lived my whole life basically in the UAE. I currently live in Tampa, Florida. I'm majoring in elementary education. And I'm 21 years old. I'm very excited to meet everyone and work with the kids. I'm sure this is going to be a beautiful experience. And
And
my
we
brother
also,
also,
yes,
yes,
we met Assam earlier, so we have many relatives on this phone call.
yes.
Yeah. Haneen.
Hi everyone, I'm Haneen. I'm from Cincinnati. I am Palestinian. I was born in Kuwait, but I lived here my whole life. Currently working for the University of Cincinnati. I have previous experience working with relocated Syrian and Iraqi refugees out of our local masjid, and looking forward to this camp and meeting you all.
All right. Karam.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Karam. I'm a Palestinian. Originally, my father is Sudanese. My mother is Egyptian, born in Jordan. The past 14 years, I've been working with refugees in Jordan in nonprofit, in community development, trauma-informed education and care and resilience, mostly Iraqi, Sudanese, Syrian, and Somalis who are based in Jordan and waiting for resettlement. I'm here in Tampa, and I'm looking forward to join all of you for this great work. Just to tell you something that when the things started in Gaza, and I've been working for 11 years with the Syrian refugees, I felt that I did a big part with community development, and now it is needed that I do something that is related to trauma, doing things to help people in Gaza, and especially I'm a refugee. I also went to Jordan as a refugee. My parents were refugees. So I quit my job, left everything. I came here to Tampa, no plan. And then I just volunteered, and I know after this is 2 years ago that I will be involved in the work of HEAL Palestine. And here I applied and I'm here, inshallah, to help inshallah.
Thank you. Go. Jenna.
Hi, I'm Jenna. I am going to be a senior this upcoming year at Davidson College, which is just a little bit outside of Charlotte. And my family is Lebanese, and I'm super grateful to be able to be involved in this, and I'm really looking forward to getting to help out.
Oh, thank you, Jenna. Hadia.
Hi everyone, my name is Hadil and I'm from Gaza. I moved here into 2018 and I miss home, but I'm here. I just graduated nursing school And
Congratulations.
thank you. I'm looking forward to meet all of you.
Awesome. Lily.
Hi everyone, I'm Lily. Really happy to be here. I have my master's in social work, and I'm a certified nature therapist, and currently working in academia as well. Been a big fan of Heal Palestine for a long time now. I've been following for a long time the work that Steve and the team have been doing. So I'm happy to be here and excited to meet all of you. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Rama.
Hi everyone. My name is Rahma. I'm a pediatric psychologist in Boston. I've already spoken with Leah. I'm actually helping organize some of the mental health activities for the moms and caregivers, as well as the different children and teens age groups. So I'm really excited about putting some of these mental health activities together to make it, like as Leah said, therapeutic, but not pure psychotherapy that's very intensive. And it's been wonderful seeing all your faces, and I look forward to seeing all of you in Ohio and working with you all.
Awesome. Noah. Oh, you're muted.
Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I'm Noha. I am Palestinian, born in California, raised in Cleveland. I get the privilege of being so close to Steve and Zena, so alhamdulillah. I was with them in the previous organization, and then of course I am now with HEAL. Absolutely love it. We actually have 3 children here, so it's been such a blessing to be a part of their journey. I'm a cardiac nurse, travel nurse. I've been doing it for over 10 years, and I'm very excited to join you guys.
All right. Nice to see you. Mohammed.
I'm Mohammed Al-Gohari. I'm a rising senior in college. I'm from Dallas, but I go to the University of Oklahoma. Um, Worked with kids through summer camps and youth work through masajid and community centers, and super excited to come and help out, inshallah.
Awesome. Shazia. Oh, unmute. There.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
we got
sorry.
you.
I'm so bad with technology. My name's Shazia. I'm 39 years old. I live in New York City. I am a pediatric ICU nurse. I've been working with children for the last 16 years. And I've worked with children who have been through a lot and families who have been through a lot. And the thing about kids that I love is that no matter what they've been through, they just want to be kids a lot of the time, and they just want to play and they just want to have fun. And I am looking forward to contributing to that. I'm joining a little bit later on Thursday. I think I'm covering for the, provider part of it, but I want to contribute and help in whatever way I can in the time that I'm there, and hopefully do more things with Heal Palestine.
Oh, thank you. Ramona.
Retired faculty from the University of Washington prosthetic, and I've been a PhD for the last 7 or 8 years.
Oh, you're kind of going in and out on us there, Ramona, but that's okay. Ramona is a prosthetic specialist and well known, I think, to the organization, and definitely an asset in working with young people that have prosthetics, since that is her specialty, and she also teaches people how to do that professionally. So a leader and in every way. Amna.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Amna. I am in St. Louis helping some of the children here with Heal Palestine. Been helping them since they came in January, and we had Hadi last year. So looking forward to coming in and helping more children, and even more so their moms, take a break at the summer camp. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be included with this. Thank you very much for giving us the space to to work and feel like we're making a difference and for putting in all the effort that you guys have put into for this summer camp.
708-655-5455. Not sure who that is.
That's
Obviously.
Fatima.
Yeah.
Fatima.
Fatima.
Paging Fatima. Fatima is our HEAL. I'm going to introduce her. She's our HEAL patient coordinator in Chicago. Some of you might know that we have 6 children. 6 of our global healing kids are in Chicago, and Fatima does an incredible job as sort of the liaison between our global healing team and our social workers and the kids and their host families every single day on the phone with them, takes them to appointments, takes them to therapy, still has a full-time job. And we're so excited that she's going to be attending the camp with us. Sorry, Fatima, if you unmute, you can introduce yourself. But we're lucky to have her.
And we have our last, but certainly not least, Yazan.
Hey guys, it's Fatma. Thanks, Zena, for the introduction. So yes, I'm here in Chicago. I am very connected to these families. I love these families. And I'm very excited to join everyone at the camp next month. So I really look forward to the week with all of the families and everyone coming together and making a difference for these children.
Okay, wonderful. Yasan is not able to talk, but that's okay. This is he's repeating. All right. So yeah, wonderful to meet everyone. Thank you for staying a few minutes late. Yeah, I don't know. I'll turn it to Zena to wrap up however you like.
This was such a great call. I'm so excited to meet you all virtually and to meet you in a couple of weeks in person. I think all of us are. In the meantime, if you have any questions, you guys know how to reach us. I actually think, and I haven't said this out loud to anybody from HEAL yet, but I think we're going to start a WhatsApp group to have everybody in it. That way, when people are coming in, if they have issues with flights, if they have last minute questions, Sabrina's smiling because she does not have enough WhatsApp groups in her life. So just one more Sabrina for the day. But we're so excited to have you all. I think this is going to be such an incredible experience for all of you. As Leah said, we are centering the kids, but we're all going to have an incredible experience. So you have to turn your volume down. Sorry, I'm yelling at Steve, guys. 1 second. So thank you all for volunteering to be a part of this. We will be getting more information to you in the coming days. Reach out for anything you need, and thank you for being part of the HEAL family. Take care.
Good night,
Bye,
everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.